I'm Jerry Nolan, and like a lot of you out there, I spend a good bit of my time on someone else's clock and under a deadline. But when my weekend gets here, I'm on my own clock, and sometimes I just have to get away. So follow me, and I'll show you some far out places to go, some cool things to do that won't necessarily break the bank. So what are you waiting for? Put down that honey-do list and catch me if you can.
Hey, on today's show, I'm going to get up with Uncle Jesse, load up the four-wheelers, and we're headed to Lake Chehaw in Albany. And no, I didn't mean to say load up the boat. We plan to do a little camping, hunting, and fishing. This is going to be a big show and one you're not going to want to miss. So don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back.
Todd's Lawn Care specializes in tree removal and trimming. They do it all. No job is too big or too small. Stump grinding, backhoeing, bush hogging, Todd's Lawn Care has the tools and experience. Licensed and insured for your protection. For a professional job from the ground up, call Todd's Lawn Care.
Hurry and call Vital Smiles Georgia today while same-day appointments are still available for your child's dental health. A lifetime of healthy smiles begins today.
Vital Smiles, Georgia.
Here at Short & Polk, we have everything you need for your next painting project. Visit one of our showrooms in Tifton, Sylvester, Albany, and now in Dawson, where you can explore our designer colors and find the inspiration to transform or make over any room in your home. Our professional staff will help you find the right product to paint like a pro. For more information on innovative products for your home, you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, or visit us online at shortpolk.com.
Supplying products that build dreams, Short & Polk.
Southern Speed and Marine. David Ridgway has the expertise to keep you going on land and water, specializing in OMC and MerCruiser, as well as high-performance builds. They're also more than happy to take care of your everyday vehicle maintenance. They do it all, and at a reasonable price.
The Spin Zone is open at 80 Outfitters, and that's a good thing. We'll hook you up with tackle for fresh and saltwater. Hundreds of rod and reels, Yeti coolers, and coasters. Fishing and outdoor wear by Guy Harvey. Under Armour, Columbia, AFCO, and more. New and used handguns by the thousands. We're going overboard for fishing at 80 Outfitters, even with kayaks and canoes in stock. Hey, big wave! Come see me, Chad, on the whale.
Attention do-it-yourselfers. Buy direct and save. Smith Built in Sasser lets you cut out the middleman and buy metal roofing and siding direct from the manufacturer. No job too big, too small.
For all your metal roofing needs, call Smith Built 698-5000.
Built in 1925, the Georgia Power Dam on Lake Chehaw, once known as Lake Worth, used to provide most of Albany with power and still produces some energy for the Georgia Power grid today. Every other year, Georgia Power lowers the lake for several weeks so they can inspect the dam and generating station. This also gives lakeside residents a chance to repair their docks and boat ramps, and for us to see what lies beneath the dark waters that usually cover this now dry and dusty land. We pull out of the Cromartie Beach boat landing and head to a nearby sandbar that I've only traveled to by boat. Although much of the ground will support us and the ATVs, there are still areas that can give you a little trouble, as I found out the hard way while scouting the area a couple of days ago.
Jerry, I'm going to try to cross right here. It could be pretty boggy out here in some places, as you well know. But I'm going to try to shoot across here. Hope I make it across. Just keep your fingers crossed there. If not, we're going to have to pull it out. But I think we'll be out long to get enough speed up and shoot on across there.
We make it through pretty easy and we head to our first possible campsite.
Yeah, what we got there? Some more idiots down here.
Some more idiots don't know how to throw the stuff in the trash or take it with them when they go. It's a beautiful spot down here, nice and clean. This is the sandbar. They pull the pontoon boats up here during the summertime and swim out here and stuff.
Yeah, this is that first little sandbar as you come out of the Cromartie Beach, the boat landing there. When you hang a right to head up river, the part where we're standing right here is usually underwater, and you see just barely the top of this dune behind me.
Before they built the dam, this was all woods. These Creek Indians lived in these woods, and we found some pretty nice artifacts down here. I found some broken pottery the other day and a couple little arrowheads. But that's where your Indians camped, and they lived on these river banks, all up and down these river banks, all the way to the dam and up the river, southbound and northbound. But that was all woods at one time. Hey, Junior, you didn't drop your phone, did you?
No. Look at that.
Yeah, ain't no telling. All kind of artifacts out here, man. Whoa, hadn't been out here a little while. Let me see. See no pictures on there. Yeah, somebody lost their telly.
Cell phones, jewelry, sunglasses, fishing poles are just a few of the treasures that can be found on the bottom of this lake.
Yeah.
Somebody lost their telecommunications.
Let me see, let me hang it up. There you go.
You sure there's no pictures on there?
I don't see, huh? No pictures on there. Oh, there it is, a muddy stream.
We're familiar with this sandbar and we know it'll be a good place to camp, but we also want to explore a little bit and see what else is out there.
So Jesse's just going to check out a few places to make sure it's not like almost a quicksand consistency in that mud up there. May look like it's solid, but that's not always the case.
Get it, Junior. It's nice and solid across there, but you never know. You can go across there. I've been out here and sunk up to my waist standing on top of shells, and my brother had to pull me out with the four-wheeler, wrap a rope around my arms. The suction was so bad, so just got to be careful out here, but luckily it was solid ground there. It wasn't real soft, so we can get to the other side and explore that other side, see what it looks like, see if we can't set up camp over there and do a little fishing now. There's a piece of pottery here. Used to be an old piece of old bow Indian pottery, but it's all over out here. When you look, if it would rain out here, it would wash a lot of the mud off of it, and that's where you find a lot of pottery and artifacts.
Whale bones, shark's teeth are just a few things that you may find laying on the bottom of this lake. And what we discover next is something neither of us thought we would find. Well, at least not this old. Who knows how long this old wooden John boat has been laying on the bottom of this lake, preserved in the mud. By the time this show airs, this boat will have returned to its watery grave, not to be seen for another 2 years, and then that only depends on where the current pushes the sand and mud. It's a good possibility that this boat may never be seen again.
Hand built, and it's been here for a long time.
I wonder if there's some old fishing rods under that mud.
It might be somebody under it.
Looking at it makes me think of that old song, if you ever go back in the woody swamps, well, you better not go at night.
Better not go alone.
Yeah, you better not go alone.
Yeah, Junior, I believe it had a Budweiser can over here, an old Budweiser can. I say it was my Uncle Homer's boat, because he used to fish this river a lot, him and his brother, my daddy, Law. That might have been their old boat. I doubt it though, because this boat's got to be 100 years old. Got to be.
You don't have to go to far off lands to do some exploring and to find things that are unusual and to see something that probably no one else has probably ever seen that boat except for us. Now, you know, I don't know that for a fact, but chances are we're the first people to see this boat since it sunk in the water how many years ago.
Finding that old John boat was definitely a thrill, and I can't wait to come back and visit it again in 2 years. But for now, we head out to explore more ground and to see what other treasures are waiting to be discovered.
Todd's Lawn Care specializes in tree removal and trimming. They do it all. No job is too big or too small. Stump grinding, backhoeing, bush hogging, Todd's Lawn Care has the tools and experience. Licensed and insured for your protection. For a professional job from the ground up, call Todd's Lawn Care.
Hey, Southwest Georgia, it's Billy with Carpet World. Did you know DuPont has created a new carpet fiber for Mohawk carpets? It's the greenest carpet fiber on earth and is made from 60% corn. That's right, corn. It also has the industry's best warranty with lifetime stain warranty and 20-year wear warranty. It can't be beat. So call Carpet World at 229-432-7916 or come by today and ask about the new Mohawk Smart Strand carpets. Carpet World, 911 West Oglethorpe, Albany.
The spin zone is open at 80 Outfitters, and that's a good thing. We'll hook you up with tackle for fresh and saltwater. Hundreds of rod and reels, Yeti coolers, and coasters. Fishing and outdoor wear by Guy Harvey. Under Armour, Columbia, AFCO, and more. New and used handguns by the thousands. We're going overboard for fishing at 80 Outfitters, even with kayaks and canoes in stock. Hey, big wave! Come see me, Chad, on the well.
Attention do-it-yourselfers. Buy direct and save. Smith Built in Sasser lets you cut out the middleman and buy metal roofing and siding direct from the manufacturer. No job too big, too small.
For all your metal roofing needs, call Smith Built 698-5000.
All right, so we rode to the other side. Didn't really see a good place that we wanted to camp. This, by far, is the nicest place that we found so far. So we're just going to go ahead and set up camp here, do a little fishing.
I'm going to go ahead and put me one of these big rods out here. I'm a big game hunter. So I'm going to put my big rod out here on this stump out here for catfish. See, really anything I can catch, I'll be happy with it. So I'm going to put one of my big rigs out there and see what we can do with it. Everything unloosened here.
I'm gonna fish with some of these little dough balls, magic bait stuff. Anyway, and see what they do. And also, I think Jesse's gonna bait a hook with a Slim Jim. So we're gonna try a little bit of everything, see what they bite on.
Yeah, what I like about using these Slim Jims here, it's pretty cheap bait.
Yeah, that's
and the
99
catfish.
cents.
Yeah, the catfish love it. And then if the catfish ain't eating it, then it'll make a pretty good snack for yourself. So you catching fish with it, and then you got a snack when you get a little hungry here when you're waiting on them to hit something. So it's the perfect bait, perfect bait. I cut off a little too big of a piece there, but I'm gonna, I can shorten that up. Yeah, catfish gonna love this, boy. And they can't get it off the hook at either, so that's why, and it got all that flavor in there. Catfish love spicy. They love the spicy Slim Jim better than they do the original. So if you can get the spicy, got a lot of flavor in it. If you can't, use the original. Cheap bait, and it's good for you. Go get them, boy.
There you go.
You know, folks, if you've ever been catfishing, then you already know that a lot of times it's pretty much a waiting game. So while we're waiting for the fish to bite, I'll go ahead and set up my tent. Coming out here and camping overnight gives you the perfect chance to see what really lays on the bottom of the lake. Gives you a chance to look at structure, where there might be some good fishing holes for later when the water's back up. And it don't take long for me to set up this little old tent, and then I'm gonna go back to catfishing. And by the way, folks, have you ever seen a catfish? Well, how does he hold his pole?
Alright, well that's going to be where I'm going to sleep tonight. That's supposed to be a 2-man tent or a 4-man tent. Uncle Jesse said it could be a 22-man tent.
If y'all was in love.
So, maybe he might be right. Me and him ain't going to sleep in there together, by the way. He's going to make his own tent in just a few minutes. But right now we're dealing with some of that weather where it's 80 degrees out here now. But tonight it'll probably drop down to 45, 42 degrees, I think is what Chris Zellman is saying anyway. So we'll see how that goes. All right, what you got, Jesse?
Junior, I don't know how big. He ain't that big, but he's probably a keeper. Feel like a keeper.
Oh yeah, nice.
Oh, yeah.
That's the kind, the right size right there for eating.
That's the best eating in the world right there, bro. If I don't lose him before I get up there.
Pretty little old catfish.
Pretty channel cat.
Did you catch him on the Slim Jim or the worm?
I actually had a piece of Slim Jim out there, spicy.
Spicy Slim Jim.
Yeah. That's what I say. When they hungry though, they eat about anything. You want to be careful, don't get them things there in you. He wants to jab me with them things, but I'm trying not to let him do it.
What you're seeing there is a Barber's Map turtle sitting on top of that old tree limb, getting some afternoon sun. Now that is something else. That little thing climbed up that little tree limb. What you got?
I don't know. I think it's another one of them small cat there. Come on up there, baby. All right.
Uncle Jesse wearing them out.
That's what Willie Fay wanted right here. Willie Fay told me I better bring her a mess of catfish, so I probably will.
She gonna eat that one whole?
Oh yeah, she loves these little old catfish, Mama. That's especially for Mama right there. We're gonna get her a mess of these here, Junior. She loves these little channel cat. All right, Willie Fay.
Ooh. You know, one of my all-time favorite things to eat when you're out camping, some good old pork and beans. And let me tell you something, Uncle Jesse has a recipe for some sure enough pork and beans.
All right, I'm gonna do like Jerry was talking about. We're gonna make some pork and beans. This is called sure enough pork and beans. Junior stopped down there at the store a while ago and got us some pork ribs in, some boneless pork. We're gonna cut it up in big chunks because we love our pork and beans, but we like a lot of meat, and anything we do, we want the meat in there. So this is what you call sure enough pork and beans. I got a big can of beans here, big old can of beans. Now I'm gonna add a little barbecue sauce, which when I'm cooking, y'all see that. I'm gonna add all the ingredients. Uncle Bob's right here, that's some good stuff. If that's good on anything you want to put it on. Chicken, pork chops, and we're gonna put it in these pork and beans. Uncle Bob's, that's it. That's some good stuff right there. Good stuff. But when you're out here in the sticks like this, we ain't in the kitchen, but we got what we need to get the job done. We got a big old fire going, got a pot over the open fire over there now heating up. All right, we got the meat cut up. We cut up all this here pork, good old pork here. And I'm fixing to add it to the fire here. We got this pan good and hot. We put a little seasoning in there, let it cook, poured a little beer and a little bit of water in there. And see, that pork has got enough fat in it, it's gonna make its own grease anyhow. So what I'm gonna do is put that in there. Stir it around just a little bit. Get it down in there, and I'm gonna let that fry in there. Get that pork, oh yeah, good big old chunks of pork. All right. And all that fat in there create the flavor. That'd be the grease in there. So we season it up. I'm gonna put a little bit more of that Uncle Bob seasoning and some minced onions in there. But the way that is, that flame's just right. We'll keep adding wood to it when we need it. But that's gonna cook just right there. That's just fine. All right. Oh, by the way, this is what you call a Dutch oven right here. And I'm gonna stir that meat around. It's cooking pretty good now, sizzling. I'm doing some good sizzling there. Tell you, I can put that down right chunky. Yeah, that ain't hot there, but anyhow, what you want to do is stir it around in there good and easy. Let that fat make that juice in there, and it's already browning the real. Yeah, it's looking good already. So next thing we do is add we'll let that cook a few more minutes. Just take your time. We're gonna let that cook for a few more minutes, then we're gonna add some pork and beans to it. It'll be one wonderful meal. Terrific. Pork and beans, sure enough, pork and beans. Oh yeah. All right, we stirred that meat up, we'll let it get good and brown. Now we're gonna add these pork and beans to it. It's pretty simple to do, anybody can do it. Man, that looks good already, Junior. What we're gonna do, I added the pork and beans. I'm gonna use just a little more of this Uncle Bob seasoning here. Use some of this Uncle Bob because we done put it on the meat. Excuse me, now we're gonna put it on the beans. Because the beans will suck up some seasoning and stuff. And that's, you don't need to add salt or nothing because that pork's got enough in it, and Uncle Bob is, that's a good seasoning. All right, then I'm gonna add some barbecue sauce to it. Some good old hot, spicy Kansas City here. But any kind of barbecue sauce you like, if it's hickory smoked or just any kind you like, add you some barbecue sauce to your favorite barbecue sauce, whatever what you like. And then we're gonna stir it up again. In this Dutch oven here, we're gonna stir it up. And then we'll put the top on it, just let them beans come to a bubble. So now everything's done. After we let it simmer and stir it up real good, get them spices in there, the juices out of the meat. There you go. I might add a little black pepper, if anything, to it. But it's good. That's what you call pork and beans. See them big old chunks of pork? Now them beans, what I do is put that in there, let that them bean bubble in there. We'll keep a little fire on it. And we'll go back to fishing, doing our camping and stuff. But them there look pretty. I'm gonna put some minced onions in there. If you don't like onion, don't put them in there. But that'll make it, that'll add a little flavor to it, that little onion. And like I say, use any kind of barbecue sauce you want to use. Stir them up. All right, them beans are starting to bubble now. Getting a little boil to them. I'm gonna put this lid on there, and that'll draw the heat up yonder, them things will cook like nobody's business.
The spin zone is open at 80 Outfitters, and that's a good thing. We'll hook you up with tackle for fresh and saltwater. Hundreds of rod and reels, Yeti coolers, and coasters. Fishing and outdoor wear by Guy Harvey. Under Armour, Columbia, AFCO, and more. New and used handguns by the thousands. We're going overboard for fishing at 80 Outfitters, even with kayaks and canoes in stock. Hey, big wave! Come see me, Chad, on the well.
Todd's Lawn Care specializes in tree removal and trimming. They do it all. No job is too big or too small. Stump grinding, backhoeing, bush hogging, Todd's Lawn Care has the tools and experience. Licensed and insured for your protection. For a professional job from the ground up, call Todd's Lawn Care.
I'm Dr. Ivy Chubb at Bush Animal Clinic. Pancreatitis is a disease of dogs that can be life-threatening. Clinical signs include bloody diarrhea, vomiting, and a painful abdomen. Send us your questions at WALB.com. Ask the expert pets. We're here for you.
All right, that fire got them beans boiling now. Them beans are boiling, cooking that meat in there. All the seasonings in there, that's what you want to do, bring it to a boil. And we'll let it simmer a little bit longer. They done now.
Woohoo! Oh man! Lavish!
I think I got a turtle. Oh, pull and drag.
Bring them in, Junior.
Gotta be a turtle. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, man. Get him, Junior. That's Jerry in action.
Live action.
He looks a lot better than Turtle Man does. He got more toothes too.
He's making another run.
Don't lose him,
Big
bro.
run there.
Don't lose him. Oh, man. Bring him on out, Junior.
Yeah.
Get him on out there, bro. Here, get it loose.
Here it comes.
All right.
There you go, right there.
Man.
That's Flint River.
That's pretty.
Channel cat.
That's one pretty cat right there.
Pretty catfish.
You ain't kidding. Bring him on out of there, Junior.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Down up that hill. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. That's nice. Yes, yeah.
We've been fishing a few hours. Caught a bunch of little ones.
Well, that show you what Slim Jim will do for them.
Slim Jim. Caught that on a Slim Jim. 99-cent Slim Jim. How about that?
Beautiful cat.
All right.
It's going to even look better than the frying pan. Willie Faye, you like that? That's my ma. Okay, ma.
Catching that catfish was a lot of fun, but it is getting late, and I'm ready to dig into some of those show-enough pork and beans that Uncle Jesse cooked up.
Jesse hit a home run with these pork and beans, I tell you what. That meat is so tender, and beans are seasoned just right. You can taste that Uncle Bob's everything. That barbecue sauce he put in there, it's really excellent. And the other thing, now you guys know why we're not sleeping in the same tent together. I got my tent set up, about ready to go to bed. Uncle Jesse's over here. He's got his tent set up, his little lean too. Look at that. That's how a cowboy does it right there.
Hey, Junior.
Hey.
Y'all need something to keep the dew off of me, man. I'm fine, because I'm just going to lay here and stargaze up there and go to sleep. I got my belly full eating them beans. We done caught fish, man. Had a good time. Get that light out of my face before I can go to sleep, boy.
I think I hear a squatch. Oh man, that's just Uncle Jesse walking in his sleep again.